The third season of The Nine Realms continues the lore of the How to Train Your Dragon franchise with more modern characters encountering the dragons of the past. As the series in general is set 1,300 years after the Hidden Worlds events, it is an exciting addition to the original movie trilogy. Following the new season, fans can also binge on similar animated shows that are either spin-offs from popular DreamWorks franchises or just medieval-centric narratives that boast plenty of dragon action. Even though the flying creatures were a part of feudal folklore, it is interesting to see the diverse ways some of these shows continue exploring dragons. Kung Fu Panda Legends of Awesomeness, 2011, stream on Paramount+. The best of DreamWorks releases are no strangers to TV adaptations. Much like the How to Train Your Dragon franchise, the Kung Fu Panda movies have similarly spawned multiple animated comedies, the first of which was Legends of Awesomeness. The show continues the adventures of the Panda Po and the Furious Five as they continue defending their value while learning valuable lessons about Kung Fu and life in general. Carrying the essence of the original while adding wholesome new narratives, Legends of Awesomeness is a bingeable spin-off much like The Nine Realms. The Dragon Prince, 2018 stream on Netflix, an ongoing animated Netflix original series. The Dragon Prince pits two royal half-brothers and an elf in the center of a conflict between humans and the magical creatures from a land known as Zadia. After the trio protects an infant dragon, further chaos ensues. For its world building and balance of dramatic and comedic tones, The Dragon Prince makes for a quintessential watch, especially if viewers are into more introspective dragon narratives. Dave the Barbarian, 2004, stream on Disney+. A short-lived but innocently funny Disney series, Dave the Barbarian is a satirical take on the swords and sandals genre, particularly hyper-masculine warrior protagonists like Conan the Barbarian. The titular protagonist is a strong but dim-witted teenage barbarian who encounters all sorts of historical and supernatural phenomena in his misadventures. Much like the evolution of the lead characters of The Nine Realms, Dave the Barbarian also explores the coming-of-age experiences of Dave and his two sisters, all of whom have different motivations in an increasingly turbulent medieval realm. Dragon Tales, 1999-2005, stream on Prime Video with surreal landscapes and all sorts of colorful dragons. Dragon Tales offers some of the friendliest dragons in pop culture. Every episode kicks off with a sibling duo getting teleported into the realm of dragons, which is more peaceful and blissful than one would expect. Even though the cartoon is intended for young viewers, it is perfect for family-friendly watch parties. Like the symbiotic relationship between humans and dragons in The Nine Realms, Dragon Tales also takes place in a world where the two species can coexist in peace. Merlin, 2008-2012, stream on Prime Video. While King Arthur and the Round Table Knights dominate Arthurian tales, it was the king's royal wizard Merlin who also dominated this mythology. The show not only draws from popular British legends, but adds new plot points to raise the stakes. Instead of being depicted as a graybeard sorcerer, this version of Merlin is more youthful, curious, and passionate. In this sense, Merlin serves as a worthy prequel to the titular character. If viewers need a slightly edgier dragon-related fantasy pick after The Nine Realms, then Merlin can make for a good binge. American Dragon. Jake Long, 2005-2007, stream on Disney+. Jake Long wishes to have an ordinary high school experience until he discovers that his body serves as a host for some fascinating shape-shifting powers. Being able to transform into a fire-breathing dragon, he trains to become the first American dragon and use his powers for protecting humanity. While The Nine Realms attempts to understand the balance between humans and dragons, American Dragon, Jake Long interprets this balance as an inner journey of self-discovery for its young protagonist. The modern settings of both shows is another major similarity to be considered. Dragon's Lair, 1984, stream on Prime Video. Building on strategy and decision-making video games of the 1980s, Dragon's Lair was an immersive medieval experience. The viewers travel with a valiant knight who embarks on royal adventures to protect his kingdom. Every adventure finds the narrator asking the viewers to choose between multiple decisions while encountering all sorts of medieval warriors and creatures. After the Nine Realms, there are several modern 3D animated shows with similar tastes. But in case audiences are in the mood for a vintage pick, then they should not look beyond Dragon's Lair. The Owl House 2020 stream on Disney Plus. Incorporating a familiar narrative of teleporting to a new dimension, The Owl House deals with familiar fantasy show tropes and then reinvents them with a fresh tale of growing up within a new family. The hopeless protagonist is a girl who unites with a warrior and a witch in the new wonderland that she sets out to explore. In fact, her pursuits lead her to discover her true passion of becoming a witch. Folklore figures such as witches and dragons have been antagonized for a long time in popular culture. But with recent animated examples like The Nine Realms and The Owl House, young viewers are able to view these stock villains in a new and reformed light. Crossing Swords 2020-2021 stream on Hulu, a parody of royal histories and medieval era shows. Crossing Swords deals with a kingdom in chaos as a charismatic squire harbors dreams of becoming a knight. But in pursuing his ambitions, he discovers the eccentricities of the immature king and his equally chaotic court. With a hyper-violent style of stop-motion animation and some fine voice acting from stars like Nicholas Hoult and Luke Evans, Crossing Swords is the dark comedy alternative that would suit mature viewers of a show like The Nine Realms. Arcane 2021 stream on Netflix. When it comes to the pantheon of animated fantasy shows, Arcane has become a popular favorite among critics and audiences alike. Set within the universe of the League of Legends games, Arcane is set in the worlds of Piltover and Zaun. While the former is a utopia, the other is an industrial dystopia that harbors the ambitions of two characters who would later go on to become iconic League champions. Plenty of high-octane action and a dramatic-led performance by Hailee Steinfeld ensure that Arcane is must-watch option for aficionados of shows that blend fantasy themes with modern civilization, much like the How to Train Your Dragon animated spin-off.